What's up, gamers? Excerpts, I see you in the back. Today we're going to show you how to do floor 7 frag runs. Jack sucks.
Alright losers, so the first thing you need to do in order to do frag runs is fulfill the requirements. Obviously, since you're going to be making a lot of money from frag runs, if everyone could do it, you wouldn't make any money. So you can't just be like, I just played Skyblock last week and I have full ender armor, I'm going to do some frag runs. Whoa there, Buster, not so fast, hippo. So yeah, basically you're going to need some gear, and I'm going to get into that. Alright, so first of all, you can do it as 3 classes. Well, technically you can do it as all 5, but there's only 3 that are reasonable. Berserker, Archer, and Mage. Now with Archer, I would recommend not doing it as Archer. The only circumstance where doing him as Archer would be fine is if you already have full Archer setup, and that's 4 bone meringues and then Archer gear, you know the drill. And you do not want to switch your class outside of frag runs. Now that is very specific, and if you have that, you're probably already rich enough to where you don't really need to do them, or you could do them as Mage. So overall, I try and stay away from Archer, and then Berserker and Mage, those are the 2 main ones. So Mage overall is the best, but only if you have a Hyperion, and a lot of people do frag runs to get the Hyperion. So I'd say overall the best class to do frag runs as is a Berserker. So, now that we have that aside, here's the gear requirements as a Berserker. So, you need to be a decent kata level. You can't be going in at like kata 12, okay? So, I would recommend kata 20. First of all, it's like high enough to where you get some good bonuses. And second of all, you have to be kata 20 to wear Werewolf. Now, you can do it without Werewolf. You can go full SA, and it's like almost as good, and it doesn't really make that big of a difference. But basically, I would just overall recommend trying to get to kata 20. Not only is it high enough to where you can like do some stuff, but it's also the requirement to wear a Werewolf armor. So I would suggest that. Now onto the gear. Again, like I already said, you can go full Shadow Assassin. You know, there's a lot of variations of different armor you can go in, but I'm not going to go over all of those. I'm just going to say the main ones. Either full Shadow Assassin or 3/4 SA with a Werewolf chest. Now, I would heavily recommend 3/4 SA Werewolf chest. Not only is it way cheaper, but it's actually better than full SA. You just have to be kata 20. So, if you're like grinding to kata 20, and you already have a SA chest, sure. But otherwise, I would recommend not buying one. And by the way, if you have one lying around, you should sell it, because the price is only going to go down, so you should sell it now.
Looking at you, D3.
As for weapons, I would recommend having a dungeon orb. If you don't have a dungeon orb, you're screwed. That's like the most important weapon in the game. So, yeah, all the other weapons suck. Just make sure you have a dungeon orb. All jokes aside, boys, the actual good weapons. You want a Flower of Truth for sure. If you don't have a Flower of Truth, what are you doing with your life? You suck. So again, this is all for Berserker. Just a reminder, I'll get into Mage in a little bit. But I'm not going to go into Mage as in-depth as Berserker, because like I said, Berserker is like the best one in my opinion. And my opinion is fact, so yeah, you suck. So with Berserker, you want Flower of Truth. You're going to want to put Siphon on it. Although it did get nerfed, it's still better than Lifesteal, because Lifesteal got nerfed too. So, yeah. You're going to want Siphon. And then you also get Soul Eater as your ultimate enchant if you're enchanting 36. Otherwise, Ultimate Wise is best. And if you're going to get Soul Eater, do not get Soul Eater 1, okay? Soul Eater 2 is way better, and it's legit just twice as much. But, like, twice as much of 1 mil is only like 2 mil, you know what I mean? But like Soul Eater 3, like that's 4 mil, like that's kind of like, it's hard to explain, but it's easy to.
In other words, get Soul Eater 5 or your dog water of the game.
No. In other words, if you're rich, get Soul Eater 5. But like, if you're looking for a budget, that's good. Do not get Soul Eater 1. And then if you're like cheap, get Soul Eater 2 and don't get Soul Eater 3. Because like the price keeps doubling and like, yeah, you get the point. Just get Soul Eater 2, don't be stupid. Do not get Soul Eater 1 or you're gay. Alright, now some side weapons. You don't really need any of these, but I would recommend having a ornate zombie sword for extra healing. I never really use it, and yeah. But definitely have a mana flux, especially if you're lower kata. I'd say if you're like below like kata 27 or 28, you definitely should use it during boss fight. And then aspect of the end, if you don't have one, you should probably just stop watching this video because there's no way you're good enough to do frag runs if you don't have an AOTE.
You suck.
And then the last thing you need is 12 signs, specifically 12. If you have 11 or 13, you suck. So make sure you have 12 signs in your hotbar at all times, or else you will never get a completion. Alright, last thing to touch up on for Berserker class is the pet. You're going to want a baby Yeti. Don't get a legendary. I don't even know if that exists, but yeah, get a baby Yeti. And
Blue whale.
Blue whale works.
If your budget, blue whale.
Yeah, but if
Like
your
if you
budget,
truly suck,
cheaper.
get a giraffe pet. It's OP.
oh yeah, giraffe pet is actually like the budget baby Yeti no one talks about. So yeah, we're probably gonna do a documentary on the giraffe pet now that I think about it. We should do that. That would be funny.
Value. Alright, boys. Mage, it's pretty easy. If you are poor, then go shove a Cocoa Puff up your anus. But for Mage, you need pretty much 3/4 Storm and like Shadow or Wither Goggles. All of it like pretty much maxed. And Hyperion. If you have a Midas Staff, then you can try to do it, but personally, I've never tried to do it with a Midas Staff just because Midas Staff might be one of the worst items in the game. Because just get a Hyperion or stick with whatever the crap you have. So, yeah, with Mage it's pretty simple. Your pet doesn't matter. If you have a Hyperion and 3/4 Storm with Wither Goggles, your pet is irrelevant. Like sometimes, bro, I'll just MLG Endermite pet, and yeah. Talisman Reforge. Mine isn't even. Well, actually, I have a Withered Hyperion, and my talismans are all on like shaded. Yeah, the reason I'm dying, boys, I'm on 1.16, so I get 5 frames a second on average, so I can't see mobs. But what you want to do in a frag run is you want to rush Blood Room, and the way to do that is you open the Wither doors. So you just follow the Wither doors, like follow the Yellow Brick Road, but Wither doors. And Wither keys to open the Wither doors drop from starred mobs, so you'll learn the rooms. But yeah, any mobs that are starred will drop a Wither key. Or that's incorrect. Once you kill every starred mob in one room, it'll drop a Wither key, if there's a Wither door in that room.
So just some helpful tips to do frag runs. Skeleton Masters are your enemy. They pretty much
And Skeletor Prime. Those are the two worst.
Yeah, Withermancers are also pretty gnarly, especially on that one room where there's like Skeleton Masters and Withermancers, and then it's like over lava, bro. That room is straight AIDS, bro. So yeah, watch out for those. They can be deadly, especially with a Skeleton Master, because they can bump you into the arrow. So just when you're doing frag runs, only go for the Wither doors, kill the mobs that give you the Wither key, and then you pretty much just run through the dungeon. After you've been doing them a while, you know which rooms have Skeleton Masters and which ones don't, and then you pretty much just steamroll everyone.
Loggers in the comment if Jar Jar Binks is your favorite Star Wars character. Any takers? So once you get to Blood, if you're a Berserker and you're actually good at the game, and when I say that I mean you don't suck, so a giant will spawn and you will target the giant and ignore everything else in the room. If you kill those mobs, you're doogie muffins, and then you just die like that. So I got a laser eye, which is I think it's like 300 to 500k right now. They used to be like 2 mil, but that's irrelevant.
Real quick, for the boss fight, what you want to do, once you see the heads float in the boss fight, like once you see them like spin around and get ready to spawn the giant, what you want to do is you put down your mana flux, and then once the giant, like the second he spawns, you left click your dungeon orb, use your Ragnarok ability, and then you can take out that giant a lot quicker. Now, both of these are optional if you're like really high kata level, but just to get you started, they're good. They just help you out. You don't have to do them if you're really good at frag runs, but yeah, they're just helpful, and I would recommend doing it. And you can also use the Ragnarok ability when fighting mini bosses.
But you suck.
Whatever. It helps you kill mini bosses faster, and if you like die to Frozen Adventurers or Lost Adventurers and you just started going, you can use that, which is helpful. Just make sure, don't use it on like the mini boss right before Blood, because then you can't use it in Blood, and you're wasting time.
Thanks for watching, Nerd Burglars. Please like and subscribe if you like the video, but if you're still watching now, then I don't know why, but yeah, keep watching for no reason at all, because I'll give a bonus question at the end for a mil. And so, yeah, we stream every Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Bullseye Brown. And yeah, just come chill on the stream. We just do random crap and just screw around and be like, dumpster fire. So yeah, and the $1 million question is that if you ask me a question, you get to give me a mil. So yeah, fog.